Starting to the top left of the map, we have our Protoss or Force Pros player here. Starting for MVP, it is
MVP Finale!
Don't look at me like that. I realized it. I realized it this time. There he is, looking really strong today.
Yeah, he is.
And he wants to win again. He wants to take out his opponent in this Protoss versus Protoss. Starting to the bottom left of the map, we have the FXO player. This is
FXO Tier!
Tier has come through for his team several times, always with a unique strategy, never really playing straight up. And that's kind of like their wild card that they have, I guess you could say.
I like it. If you're unpredictable, if someone does not know exactly how you play, especially given a particular map, then this is a good thing to use. And it also shows the confidence in Tier. We all know who the last player for FXO is going to be, but Tier is one of the Protoss players that we have in the FXO lineup, and with the performance that he had just recently against StarTale, with the 2 Protoss players that he was able to eliminate, of course, they just believe in him. You have to.
Yeah, you really do. He's probably well prepared for a situation like this.
If you defeat Parting and Squirtle, then chances are pretty good that you are at least on eye level with Finale as well. Yeah. But the Protoss player for the MVP team today in great shape. And will Tier be able to match here still?
So far in this game, the gas timings at second gas is always the kind of the turning point as to what we're going to see. And it's both players going for gas at the identical timing, slightly ahead for our MVP player at the top left. Finale getting that gas just an inch ahead. His core is slightly later, but basically there's no advantage or disadvantage as gas. Both players scouted at the same timing. They both have 1 probe not mining, so we're basically as even as it gets for build orders here, and both players are going to wait until that probe is killed before they reveal any tech. The probe will be killed first by Tier because he's going to have his Stalker first. And here he goes, chasing him out. Now, what will the tech be?
Who do you think would be the next player, actually, for MVP if he loses? If Finale really loses here, who do you think would be player number 3 for them? We have a great lineup still on the bench. We have people like Tails who can also play PvP.
Maybe Tails, maybe Monster. You know,
Sniper, Monster.
Sniper. I would actually say Monster rather than Sniper. He's killed a lot, or rather Sniper rather than Monster. We have Phoenixes versus Twilight Council tech, and this usually goes better for the player who chooses Twilight Council tech. Depends on how he uses the Phoenixes. We've seen lots of different variations. Is he going to reveal the Phoenix with the fast scout? Is he going to wait for 3? Is he going to wait for 4? Will he try to go for the Phoenix 4 gate? Or is he going to expand? There's all sorts of possibilities here.
This is definitely going to be pretty cool. And FXOpen's Tier, with the build that you just mentioned, usually you are in a good position when you go straight for Twilight Council and Blink. But on the other hand, we've seen crazy Phoenix play of some Protoss players just in the recent past. And of course, usually what you try to do, the best thing that can happen to you is their opponent expands early and is trying to rely on his sentries, forcing you out, shutting you out. So then you can just snipe the sentries. But yeah, there's the scout already, has been spotted with a double stalker and is down immediately. No scouting information. At least not for Finale, but Tier might be able... Nah, he's not able to get in there.
Now here's the scary thing. Right now he is doing the Phoenix wait, which means that it's going to be a little bit stronger. And he's taken a Robo, so he wants to expand. So this is kind of scary because if he waits and then runs in and just blasts all his energy away, taking out as many probes as possible, then he doesn't have any defensive lifts to use on this Blink Stalker push, he might just die to it. So he's going to be very careful about this. He needs to know about what's happening, but he won't because he's waiting. So this is a pretty good situation for Tier. It's not necessarily going to work out this way. He will see the pylon. The pylon does not see the Phoenixes, however, so this is something that's good for him right away. He may want to wait on using these lifts, though. If there's a pylon coming up, this is a fast, very aggressive Blink Stalker attack.
And he moves in he warps in the first few Stalkers to defend against this. Blink is not just done. He scouts everything, and now he knows what's coming.
And he's not going to use any more lifts. Even if he wanted to, he'd probably be killed because there's only 2 Phoenixes there.
He forces Tier back. Tier is immediately on the retreat upon scouting those Phoenixes. Everything delayed a little bit. His blink is done, and he's going straight for the... oh, is he able to take down? He blinks, and the 1 Phoenix is going to die.
Yep, there's...
Nice.
I mean, that's that should never happen, but it's just an unfortunate coincidence, and well done by our FXOpen player Tier, really capitalizing on that. And here's the attack I'm talking about. The Phoenixes are out of position. He blinks forward.
And there's not a lot to defend. We don't have Immortal just yet. And look how he starts to focus his opponent's units. This is a great opening right now for Tier. He takes down most of them. The sentries are gone. And of course, the Immortal will soon join the battle. But at this point, a lot of the Stalkers are already dead. And he blinks away.
Yeah, the Phoenixes do come back now. They're here to defend. Now, what we are going to see very likely from Tier is make a Nexus now. He can continue the attack, but with the Immortals out there and the Phoenix is now back to defend with that energy, how much can he really do here? He's got a great army, but his opponent has what he needs to defend, and there's the Nexus.
Yeah, he builds the Nexus, he realizes the position he's in, and now, he blinks back. Look at these timings. Wow, but it's a little bit risky nonetheless.
Sentry will get picked off here. Oh, trades it for a Phoenix, though. And
look at this micro.
Yeah.
This guy, we've talked about crazy blink micro in the past, but he makes everything work. Great opening here by Tier.
It's almost as if Tier is given a build to do, his execution will always be perfect.
Oh my god, no, he snipes it! He takes down the Immortal, and suddenly he can't focus on every single Stalker. Just look at how well this guy micros. His blink is phenomenal.
And this Phoenix is going down.
This could be it, Wolf.
I think it will be because there's no backup plan here. The Immortal's going to come out and be focused down immediately. What can he do?
And he targets the Immortal. More and more Stalkers join the battle. And Tier, with such a 10-minute win here against his opponent, Tier is tearing it up.
Yes, he is. Finale. He did what he needed to do, got his 2 kills, but it's time to move on to the next player. Tier came out, played a good strategy. I really feel like Tier has some of the best execution of a build I have ever seen.
This guy is looking scary.
It's like, this guy's not known for his blink micro, but he's like, all right, well, this is my build, and so my blink micro has to be perfect, and it just was.
When he was walking up this ramp, I thought, well, with all the DPS that his opponent had, with the Immortal in position 2, that could go really bad.
It's
but
almost
did he lose a single Stalker to this?
He didn't lose a single one, man. It's almost as if he had 9 Stalkers hotkeyed 1 through 9, man, with how he was blinking those.
It's basically like he was able to look into the future, that just this 1 second to know exactly when to blink his Stalker.
He dodged Immortal shots, man. Is that even possible? No, but I think he may have with how good that micro was.
And he keeps things interesting. We certainly have a great play here now on the bench for, well, in the booth for FXO. And who is MVP going to send out?
I think Sniper, man. Sniper's killed a lot of Proass in the past. He's a top-notch player. He had to prepare for ZVZ recently.
Yeah, I wouldn't send out Sniper, exactly for this reason. I would wait for until you can kill Leonok. With the ZVZs that Sniper played, he lost to Hyun though, but still he practiced in Code A for 2 ZVZs.
Yeah.
So I think using him against Leonok, against the Zerg player, might be the better choice. Maybe, as you said, Monster. Monster has a history of being very strong against Protoss.
Yeah. Monster is definitely a good choice because Monster is also decent against Terran as well. If you can get him to the mid and late game. We'll see. I think it is going to be a Zerg though, if I had to put my money on it. And it's going to be Tails. Check out Firehead Tails here coming out with that bright hair. And he thinks he has a bright future to take out this guy.
Tails in another Protoss versus Protoss.
Wow. 2 PvPs in a row, getting us ready for Codas Finals.
Look at those guys.
Tails here is not who I expected. I thought maybe, but 2 PvPs in a row. That's, here's one thing to think about though. It looked like Tier had that build really planned for this map, and he used it, he executed it well, and so they might be thinking, well, Tails is good in all matchups, and you already showed your PvP card. Do you have a second PvP card? Because Tails may be prepared for PvP specifically here.
I like it. I expected a Zerg, but I like this decision.
I like it as well. It seems smart, it seems intelligent, and well planned.
Tails is strong. Tails is really strong. Of course, what you just mentioned, they have a lot of Zergs on their bench. They can definitely shine, not only in the ZVZ, but also against the Protoss player. But it is good. It's another PvP, and from it's just a little bit scary because Tier's last matches in the GSTL, not only today but also against StarTail, were all mirror matches, and he looked strong. What is Tails going to do against him? We are jumping into a 5-minute break, and then we are back at the GSTL with Tails against Tier.